I suppose these may be Anglo-Welsh, Icelandic of dubious extraction, anti-Brexit poems, country pursuits. Get well soon in these last 5 minutes. Live relentlessly, economically through muscles ache and your body reduced core sensitization well by means of grace. 150,000 strips of hotel rooms in pre-inflammatory game anxiety, dysmenorrhea paradise unincorporated in the illumination of the rolling limb, glutamate, and the other tables of exhaustion, an infinite bank of money, an infinite time. But this one must be real. Lowe's threw his magic hook, caught it on the edge of the sea, and when he pulled it up, that was the town, been like that before, written on his bucket face, 1,000 yachts who used to be fish, flat-topped in shoals, pouring out the counter depot, souvenir, and these were the people, shining silver in their vastness, almost infinite, immaterial constituent of the fisherman.
I've spoken about this many times over. Never had a plumber I couldn't dig to or bolt. Careful entering makes a decent earth dog easily spannable, but the breed has been overrun with women in charge that won't let them see serious work. Thankfully, there are still hardcore lads putting worker to worker, so don't be kidded, they're all of the same ilk. Trialing Staff Glen in marling them as well, a full-bred plumber, bit shine digging to fine, for what they are a breed to, though many think Doc Plumber is a lying twat.
Get well soon, bone-headed frog, and your cough, sickly red eyes. Such in trees has the devil had a hand in you. So, no ducking, not yet. May's special, anticipatory sight to forward what this world would be like in an hour, or 2 empires ahead, used for running, nagging symptoms down. Your kids, cooked up invertebrates hitched in those eyes, dream, in forests ridden by rain, cone for arboreal in spring.
Yet another bottle of whiskey, and 12 months later she will stay to Charlie, but won't speak when she's on fair play. Come on lads, let's nature take its course. Can't pick up a dead animal, especially when mooching on waste ground. Set a row foot apart for a thumbstick, when it's time to amalgamate their strength and breed. Screw a pair. When these antis hammer into Joe Public, metal, fuck 'em, chuck it in a bag. Low law says you can't have parts in. Possession will PM you for a number, nasher. There's a nice lad 2 feet firmly on the ground. Left them rabbits, you lambed, fried in the wok. They're knocking it out as chicken. Prefer a fresh fillet of badger or munty, bit gamey, one or little other tip. It's obvious by the diesel ring. When cut into seams and full of jelly, which is actually a hematoma head. Neck, munty, need, watching, eye, inquired Iraq, and he just winked. Position of hand suggested chopping, but it was more a soaring action, methinks. Followed a James Martin recipe for the Wellington, though. His pastry is shite, still I'd scran it.
What are you? Because I'm not sure. Water runs off that piney bone. You must need that body to respire. Read somewhere that, for you, it's different, and all things wash out without ever being used. That's so. Calvin had you rich with sugar, arid. Still, is the world as hard for heaven's forests when all water's taken up, as it is for you? How much of the earth's surface is left with the O2, and just how dry?
Those birds look tasty, but how the hell do you pluck them without tearing the skin hard enough with them old boilers taking nearly a day? The love widgeon hanging in the shed. Hit and miss on the Zostra, but once on frosty grants they are superb. As for the sheep, a fair lump to manhandle on your Todd. dragged on the sawhorse, then onto the hook for a suspended gralloch. Fleas fisted off all right in the coal fat, plenty of base meat for the faggots, I mean proper faggots wrapped in apron, though the thought of eating lung makes me jip, and those rabbits are fucked in salt water.
Values are percept, I think. Ask the folks. But they know the score. Well, a grief-stricken nurse or violent dad, given the job of forming one's blows, hidden in groups that emerge into time, 100 pictures on. She takes up her bed and begins to read. The growth of the mind only finds the ablest, noblest soul for the world. Was never a job, was an article only, a book in remission. Air meets the cell, respite.
Sent off to this donut for a plywood catty. Muppet used only the worst materials. Should have had to sniper from pocket predators. Still made this with a sportive hazel fork. Starship whip to a bit of petrol pipe. Hexavaler, Wilco's, picks and mix. Old tool station. Nice gesture made soon. Whack out some serious power from my crutch. Lead beans. Then off out for ferals on my perm.
Walk along the river with one eye to my sister and one what the rise might bring, what a strange colour. Her eyes could sense the world moving round outside them, shedding off pigment as she canoed by, melanin rolling over the sides of her limbs. In chance, snagging on protein branch, herc to ochre, where it becomes observed, unlocking the aperture in her sport.
Rare.
Wow. Hold on. Wow.
Rare.
Her boat so clean.
Rare. Rare world head, not swap for plastic, quietly working miracle on corpses, mask quiet, rough, but when the wife went, the first thing to go was the wedding photo. The mask replaced it, but wires and the carcass froze into position, stuffed on a bit of wood. Bogwood, load of detolin to break down fats, get the flesh and assume the brain. Dark pigment inside the skull, that cougar is something I would have had. You could almost see her thinking a bit iffy, putting on the pedestal muscle on anything similar than a hair out of depth on Fox. Best not to use roadkill next time, looks like it's been through a combine. Couple of moles in the deep freeze, one apricot, ginger, mangled badger, laid out on crimpled dean and a dead owl where to pass on a friend though to true low plains drifter, probably mount 2 animals a year, losing fur out of the years after the cure.
Fat grey, not got eaten by a water bird in a tight shirt, off Saturday, equals delta of naming words associated to him and his NA plus glut for a night, and no one ever knew. Bird was hungry, lived hungry, even though he were fat. Salty, how it pulled the water in, flesher denser than the sea within it to be boiled so. Saltier yet, urinated to exhaustion, how much the sea he drank, and still to make it home in the van.